Okay, let me teach you guys a couple of things here. Most of this will be revision for you if you are in class today. I'm going to quickly go over these noun phrases one more time, just in case you want to be able to watch it later. So let me just refresh your memory here. A noun phrase is a group of words which function as a unit to describe the noun. So basically, we put these words together and they act like an adjective because adjectives are the things that describe nouns. And they can also add information to the noun. So let's look here. We have a compound noun. Compound nouns are formed when another noun is added to help describe the main noun. But basically, you can think of it this way. Just put two words together, two nouns, and they make a new word. Okay, so we have fingerprint, and the word finger and the word print go together to make fingerprint. We have the word coffee and the word cup. We put it together and we have a coffee cup. So there are three different ways to build these compound nouns. You can either build it so that there is no space, with a space, or with a small dash. Now, how do you know which one to use? You will just have to notice as you're reading the right way to write it, and then when you write it yourself, you'll be able to remember. And if you can't quite remember, you can always do a quick Google search to see what's the proper way. Now, compound adjectives are just a little bit more confusing than compound nouns. We use these especially for expressions of measurement, so they have to do with numbers. But when we do that, the plural expressions become singular when we turn them into a compound adjective. So let's take a look here at this part right here before we look at the blue part. It takes 45 minutes. This is a very normal thing to do. You have a number and then you have a noun, and since it's more than one, you have to put an S at the end to show that the noun is plural. But when we take these and turn them into a compound adjective, they are not going to be nouns anymore. So we don't have to put that S on there. So let's take a look here. We have a 45-minute journey. So here we have the same 45 minutes, but we don't have an S, okay? Because this whole thing now is an adjective describing the journey. It's a 45-minute journey. Same thing here. He's 6 years old, but he is a 6-year-old boy. So no S here, even though it comes with a number. It's all connected to make it into a compound adjective describing this boy. This is probably going to be a 5-minute video. And if I were to write that, I would not put an S on the end of minute, a 5-minute video. Okay, the video will last 5 minutes. Okay, so you got to be able to differentiate between the two different ways to say it. Both of them are correct. It's just different. Okay, adverb adjective is very simple. You've been doing this forever. You just have an adverb that describes the adjective, and then the adjective describes the noun. So it's a simple process, or it's an amazingly simple process. Okay, and then adjectives, when you have a lot of adjectives together to describe something, you have to make sure that you put them in the right order. So the first thing to put is a determiner. A determiner could be a number or a pronoun, possessive pronoun, or some kind of a quantifier. And then you have the value. Value gives your opinion about something. Size is easy to understand. Age, shape, color, origin, where did it come from? Material, what is it made out of? And then at the very end, if it's a compound noun, you have to put the compound part right next to the noun. And so let me just show you why this is so important. If I said to you, I'm going to buy my wife some oval some silver small earrings, or even worse, what if I said, I'm going to buy my wife some oval small silver rings? See how terrible that sounds? So you have to put it in the right order to make it sound right. I'm going to buy my wife some small oval silver earrings. And now it sounds correct. Okay, prepositional phrases are very easy. Prepositions are words like in, on, with, for, from, to, at, those small words that we use to connect information. And so we use them to add information to a noun. And a prepositional phrase starts with a preposition and it ends with the next noun. So if we take a look at this, the light is a noun, and from the setting sun is telling us more about this light. Okay, a suggestion for how to arrange the meeting. And so a prepositional phrase starts with the preposition and ends with a noun, and all of this describes the noun in front of it. Participle phrases or participle clauses, you can really call them either one. Participles used to be nouns. Oh, sorry, I said that wrong. Back up, erase that. Participles used to be verbs. Okay, so we have the verb to rush, meaning to move fast. And when we put ing on it, it's called a present participle. And if we put it into verb 3 form, it's called a past participle. But basically, participles take verbs and they turn them into adjectives. And they can be very useful because just like a verb can have an object or an adverb with it, participles can have objects and adverbs with them. So it's kind of nice because you can take that verb and object and turn it into an adjective to describe something. So rushing in and out of their offices, all that is describing those people. Relative clauses, we're going to talk more about that in our next grammar lesson, so we're not going to really spend too much time on that, but we do also use relative clauses to give more information about a noun. Okay, that's it from this grammar video. I'll post the practice, and once you finish, you can post your answers, and after I get your answers, I will post my answers, and you can check and see if yours match mine. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a private chat, and I'll try to give you guys some extra information, extra material on your Unit 3 channel as well. Okay, have a great one, and we'll see you in class.